Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. my, here we are at our fire signs. So I did some pre-shuffles earlier, but it's at this point a couple weeks ago, even more. So I'm just gonna start fresh. Alright, well, happy Saturday. I'm going to start with a couple of different oracles. I think I'll get one from the Akashic Oracle first, just to catch a vibe for you guys. I'm going to do, for all the signs, I'm going to do a little past, present, future, kind of vibe checking. I think that's the best way to go about the zodiac signs. In a video like this with all three of them. Yeah. Alright. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us. Please get us some great messages for my fellow Sagittarians. Authenticity. That's good for you guys. Be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. Break away from expectations and fully express yourself in your own unique way, and you'll be a magnet for success. Perfect. So I think regardless of what this reading says, that's key to keep in mind. Nothing really works if you're not authentic, right? We can try. And whether it's nefariously or if it's insecurity-wise or whatever, when you're not authentic to yourself, it's a tough road. Alright, let's get some of my oracles. I had a really weird experience earlier. I'm not going to talk about, but I just wanted to mention. Alright. Let's get one or two messages for our Sag, brothers and sisters. These I might have to just pull one. Yeah, let's pull one. Don't look back. Number 43. Let's see. Don't look back. look how far you've come. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Remember, you reap what you sow. Yeah, whatever challenges you've kind of overcome, I feel like we're all, not just Sagittarius, just collective in general, feeling, definitely like a shift, right? Like new beginning. Like it's crazy because it's a year one. But sometimes when the optimism fades, or like when you start to like work out or something like that, and then kind of you're not really gung-ho about it anymore. Don't in those moments, don't look back and dwell on the challenges that you went through already. You've already done that. You already cleared those. It's like, all right. Yes, I mean, I'm not talking like if you're like literally traumatized from something. We get that's different. It's like no time on that. But things that you can't control. Don't keep reliving it because your brain makes you think you really are. Okay, let's see. I want to get, just like an overall vibe, I guess. So, maybe this is kind of telling me in the past, maybe, you weren't walking on your true path, right? And maybe you're, guys are just telling you, don't look back, don't go back to that, comfortable chaos. Just because, being yourself is scary. When you're authentic and you're being yourself, you know what? The people who aren't supposed to be around you, it might suck. That it might not be people you want to let go of. It may not be people you ever thought of, but the people who aren't supposed to be around you will fall away. And the people who are supposed to be around you will gravitate toward you. You can't fit a square peg in a round hole, so go hang out with the other square pegs. That's too bad. This is kind of telling me, initially, maybe you need to think of what victory is in a different way. And you maybe have some good news coming in to make you look at what you thought was victory in a different way. And take your time. Take your time, because what you think, what you think are the steps to get to what you think is your victory. It isn't. And if you take your time and you slow down, you're gonna start to get new insights, like good news, things coming in, new passions sparked, things like that, as you kind of go along in a slower manner. So your goal that maybe was here, maybe now the victory's over here, right? Yeah. But I do think you're working towards something. Even in the other pre-shuffle, it was like whatever you're working at, definitely, it was like being noticed, you know? Queen of Fire, perfect. Bottom of the deck. Okay. So let's see for my Saggies. Let's see. I'm not gonna do that one. I'll get a little past action in here. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a little peek into actually, you know what? We'll do present first. Yeah, I'll do present first. Sometimes I lay them all out. Maybe I'll just lay them all out and then I'll just flip them as, you know, yeah, that's what I'll do. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna lay these cards out, Spirit. Thanks, though. They hate me. No, they don't. Not literally. They're like, this girl is sassy? What did you teach her? My grandma was probably looking at my mother like, psh. Right? Psh. Judy. These grandkids get worse and worse as they go on. I have cousins I don't even know. We're so far apart in age. Which is crazy. Okay. Oh, no, above. Well, now you know what that is. Something to take note of. All right, present. I feel like I shuffle my cards are in a perpetual state of pre-shuffle all the time. I mean, I shuffle them so much. Ooh, some guys. Hello, Mr. Sun. Please excuse my hands. My goodness, was it a rough week at work. I'm an optician, and we have little repairs. You know, glasses are small, so you gotta get your fingers right in there. Boy, did I, and my thumbs are probably, without exaggeration, probably on the borderline of being sprained. I'm not going to talk about it, but my hands are sore. My hands are very sore. There's a lot of repair work this week. If you ever see an optician, with the exception if they have somebody who does the repairs and stuff like that, but if you ever see an optician with nice hands, they are not putting effort into your repairs. I'm sorry. I'm only kidding. I just don't know how they can do it. Other opticians have these nice hands and nails. I have nice hands, but not nails. I used to. I didn't have to use them. I mean, I did have to use them, let's be clear. I was, like, getting them fixed every other day. But I didn't have to use them in the way I do now. Okay. And the future. Future. I don't know. Weird things are in the air, and I can't put my finger on it. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. Just across the board, just in general, there's like a weird waiting for Christmas. Like, that's all I can say. Like, something's coming. I don't know what. Well, there's been like a shift, and it's like more apparent, and I don't know what's going on. I was driving the other day, and I'm like, I feel like the filter on my life like changed. And then like other little things that happened, and I'm like, this is not, I'm in a different timeline or something. No, I don't say that literally, but things are just different. I don't know, something like, there definitely was like a little like shift, like Duke, something is like different. We moved a notch. I don't know how to explain it. I was driving, I'm like, everything looks very different. Everything looks like real. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's I'm gonna start with present and then go from there. All right. Well, all right. Let me look at this a little bit more. Jeez. All right, guys. What the heck? All right. It looks to me like you're working really hard at trying to better yourself and really doing some self-work. I think that came up in the pre-shuffle too. And I feel like you're determined. I think this time around it looks like you're not afraid to ask people for help. And I think you're being noticed for that. You know, with Five of Swords being win at all costs, usually, sometimes it's like deception. Like, it doesn't matter who you hurt to get the victory type of thing. But in this case, I feel like if it's your victory against yourself, I think whoever, again, like I said earlier, whoever you need to cut out of your life to do it is, I think that's what you're doing. I think a keynote to note about right now is, to seek out information from people who have possibly more knowledge about whatever it is you're trying to get through than you do. You know, whatever your devil is, whether it's, you know, it could be something, I'm not going to say simple as, but something as, like, obvious as, like, addiction. It could be, finding the discipline to, like, stick to a goal. It could be, staying out of toxic relationships, any type, whatever your issue is, you know what your devil is. You are currently or beginning to make moves to do it. And either you got advice or seek advice, or someone may have said something to you to, like, kickstart it, right? The bottom of this deck being the Hermit, you could still be in a hermit mode because you're doing all this, and you really need to focus on yourself and your inner work and not be interrupted and not be distracted and figure out the answers for yourself without, like, outside nonsense influences. Someone who has the knowledge, that's different. Random people squawking at you, that's what you don't need. Alright, what did you, what happened leading up to this? Wheel of Fortune. Jeez. Okay. This is a little closer home. It's just, like, just fitting, right? I don't want to have confirmation bias either, but these cards are pretty straightforward. Oh my god. Well, guys, you had an ending. You definitely had an ending. You had loss, you had sadness and you had to say goodbye to something. Devastation, that came up too, the devastation. So if this is in the past, I think that was calling it in the pre-shuffle. I have essential oil on my fingers, sorry, that's all greasy. I'm not making it better. Okay. Alright. You have the Tower. So yeah, obviously your Tower, a Five of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa. Something to note, King of Swords. King of Cups. And yeah, the Ten of Swords. So it's a definite ending. Possibly, maybe with the King of Cups. That's crazy. Or something to note about that, to come out of the confirmation bias, is possibly you handle this like a King of Cups, right? Like maybe this is the first time you've gone through this type of tower that you've been like, okay, I got this. Or maybe you ended it. Yeah, maybe you ended it. Maybe you were in your King of Cups and you were like, I've seen this before. Or something like that. I don't know what this is. Whatever this is, it was a big ending that changed your life. For sure. And there's no going back to this. This is, whatever this was, this is gone. Dead and gone. Which, gee, makes sense why you're in your hermit mode. Working on yourself. Okay. Wow. What a combination of cards that come out. Alright, let's see the future. Future, starting out, looking towards the future. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Perfect. Okay. This is a nice little story that's going in a perfect trajectory, I might say. So after you get through this period of your self-reflection and, fighting for you, for your heart and soul and who you are, you are looking forward towards the future, making plans, because again, this is dead, and if this was a big part of your life, you're starting from scratch, right? So, I think, of course, there's definitely going to be things that you don't see coming, but I think this is also a reflection of lessons from the past, of things that you did find out that you didn't know then too. You're like, whoa, and you're kind of learning from that as well. This might be a little sore spot too. I think this is also, but what's in the dark will come to light, so you have to remember that too. And don't just take one side or the other. You have to take both sides through this journey with you. But I think you should, don't let this keep you back from moving forward with, your new ideas and your new way of thinking about all of this after you're kind of reflecting. Something to note about the near future is, you're gonna have someone who's the inspiration here, a like-minded person, but I think it's also to let you know that it was gonna be easier to share your thoughts and your ideas and things like that, because you will have more like-minded people coming around and being impressed by your ideas and want to hear what you say. Page of Swords, yeah. I feel like this is, after your reflection in this time, I think this is you going out with all the knowledge and insight that you've gained, you know. This is your time to shine. You're like, all right, I'm going to do it. You're a brave little soldier. Planning for your future and keeping your instincts intact. You know, you're not stupid enough to just go plowing ahead without keeping an eye open. I think that's good. Alright, so let's do a little clarifying. I just had to pause it for a second because I thought my daughter got up because my door opened and she is dead asleep. And then I don't know where my cat is, but she can't open the door because, you know, she doesn't have thumbs. So that's interesting. Interesting it is. I feel like maybe I should do each its own deck. I think that's what I'll do. Right? I think that makes sense. Because by the time I get to the last one, there'll be like no cards left. Alright. We'll do this fast first, my god. I cannot believe that those cards came out. I mean, they all make sense together, right? That's insane. The more of these decks that come out, it's they're nice. I like them. Alright, so we're gonna clarify past for my Saggies. My Sagittarius. Like clarify that. Tell me more about this tumultuous past. Crazy. What else was past? Yeah, I think whatever relationship this was, it could have been like a King of Cups. I think that's indicating you. Whatever this relationship was, something changed, and it went sour somehow. And it wasn't what it seemed to be. There's a lot of confusion going on. Probably deception. I think this, I think it caused you to step into like your Empress, and again, I don't think this is your first bad situation like this, but I think this is the first one that you've handled like this, because over here I'm seeing you taking this as an opportunity, as a fresh start, and to leave this all behind, and you have the strength to do so. So I think you put an ending to it, and as the King of Cups, in like a very mature fucking adult type of way. That's what that's giving me. So whatever it was that, it caused destruction in your life. It disrupted your life. It came crashing down. It wasn't fun. There was loss. There was probably, you didn't want it. Nothing. I don't think it was like, in a way it was a good tower, but sometimes there's those good towers. And that's like clearly a good tower, like a disruption. You find out you're pregnant, but you're happy about it, that type of thing. So this, yeah, I feel like something happened, and I don't know, the relationship itself was life-changing, or something happened that was life-changing to this, and made it come down. Yeah, I think you're like, I've seen this before. Yep. Okay. Are they still? No, they're not. The bottom of this deck is the Devil also, but it's not, I don't have it censored. What can I put on it? Just in case. So this is the dragon you slayed. There. This is the first one. Here's your second one, which is yourself. Oh, you know what it is? I think what all this did, because this is clearly saying you're moving on too, because we even get the Ten of Swords here. I think the bottom of the decks here is saying that this is like the final thing to make you be like, alright, what is making me find these people? And kind of assess yourself instead of them being the problem. Like, I'm the common denominator. What is up? Yeah. And you're like weeding people out of your life, and yeah, that's what I think. Like, why is this continually happening? What do I do to bring these people? See, look at, ooh. Are you gonna get tested? Maybe. Starting and ending. That's crazy when that happens. Possibly. They're gonna be like, okay, have you learned? Well, let's find out. What do you feel about this? But maybe it's, it's also saying like you're ready to take it on, because you have all the new knowledge, remember? So I think that's fitting. Now that came up in the beginning. This is like a little sneak peek into a mini cycle for you of like, okay, so can you handle whatever's coming up next? Let's see if you learn this lesson again. Seems like you did. It seems like you did. People who are in jail seem like they're gonna do good when they get out, right? So let's see what happens when you get faced with a challenge. Alright, we're gonna check the current situation, or the current vibe, placement, whatever you want to call it. Pulling those skeletons out of your closet. Kind of that dead weight. You're not just judging everybody else, you're also judging, like, looking at, I think you're looking at the people you're judging, or the people who, and you're deciding who's going to stay and who's going to go. You know what, and with the Five of Swords, that's the win at all costs. That's the bittersweetness of it all, because you do have to cut some people off. See, this is what I mean about maybe your victory is different now. What you think your victory is, that's very fitting. So I think, in deciding who stays, who goes, what stays, what environments, whatever, even things you watch, things you listen to, your bubble, that's what you're fixing. You're gonna keep your circle of trust, and that once you decide what that is, you're able to move on. There might be some heartache, but it was necessary, Yep. And I think ending with the Three of Pentacles as well, all the work that you put in, you know, you're starting your foundation of yourself. You know, maybe you're turning to like religion or a higher power of some sort, and you may be being noticed by them as well. That might be a little nod to that too. Yep. Yeah, you stayed in your Empress energy once you decided, all right, if you're putting me here, get out of my way. Yeah, and you still are. You could feel, again, if someone said something to give you kind of enlightenment, or if you're seeking out higher guidance, you might be feeling enlightened, and you might be very head over heart into, like, you know, directing, guided, going through this right now, even though you're still in the Empress. Also, possibly someone, the Queen of Swords, could be representing someone who gave you the enlightenment too. Could be an air sign. Doesn't have to be just a very direct, you know, mature woman. Or feminine, you know, it doesn't have to be a woman. This could be a nod to alcohol being one of the devils too, and this could, I'm taking this as a healthy, an unhealthy tie is one of them. Could be toxic friends after you cut away. Yep. And with the Hermit and now the Two of Swords here, yeah, you're making important decisions for your life. And you can't be distracted. You don't want anyone else's input. I think that's why it's noting somebody's input might be good. You just gotta know who the right person is. You have to use your discernment. I think that's it too. And be careful who is, be careful who's gassing you up. Be careful who's trying to come around. Hold on to that foundation. Because it's gonna happen. Oh my god, you're doing wicked good. What's up? Not you. Not you. I don't have anybody to say that to, so I don't know why I said it with such like anger in my voice. For you guys, for you. I've had like 2 boyfriends, one I haven't talked to in over 20 years, and one wouldn't call me like that. So yeah. Tell me a little bit, a little sneaky peek into the future energy. You know, the future can always change depending on how this year goes. How you, you know, move forward with your healing and whatnot. It's too many. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, well, well. The High Priestess. Perhaps from the knowledge you got from the Hierophant, you're doing a little observing of your own. Learning how to use your enlightenment, use your intuition, use your discernment. Jeez. Fitting. Okay. So the 3 of Wands. Succession. So you're going forward. Starting fresh. Moving forward. 2s and 3s. That's good. Using the things you've learned. Observing. Going slow. Taking your time. Making sure to squint and see all the things that you can that the moon is showing as things are coming in. Make sure you pay attention to the things coming in. Pay attention to what's coming in. Pay attention to everything. Most importantly, this is for you to show you can use your intuition. Don't doubt your intuition going forward. That's your test. If something doesn't feel right, it isn't. Stop trying to make it fit. And so you're moving forward swiftly, because you have the tools to do so. Look at you. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, all new. Yep, you're learning your life all over again as the High Priestess, because you stood in your Empress energy and gone through it, and you're learning your lessons. Good job, man or woman. We all have these lessons to learn. And we all have certain ways we have to kind of go about it. And you can't always just, plow through things. Sometimes you have to be a little soft. You can't just put duct tape on everything, right? Let's see where this is taking me. Isn't that something? This is your test in the future. You're going to have someone else come in who's going to be just like this in different skin. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You know what? There's like 4 here, but I'm going to take them because I think it's a wonderful message for this part here. So, This Two of Cups is your next tower coming in. Potentially. And what Spirit is telling you is, this is, if you pass this, you will be rewarded. Okay? This is your test because you passed this one. You learned, you worked on yourself. Now you're out in the real world, right? To see if you really learned it. When this comes up and you're like, instead of thinking, I got through this, I can deal with you, you're not going to get over on me. Like, don't take this as like that kind of test to see if you can outsmart the devil. Just take it to get the hell away from it, right? Just don't even go near it. Be like, oh, I know you. I don't want anything to do with this. Thank you, goodbye. Right? You know, not in so many words, but bow out gracefully. You know, Spirit's gonna tell you, remember everything you went through. Really think about it for a little bit and take a good deep dive into what you can't see. And I think you don't need to see it because you already have. You've seen this story before. Yeah. So get away from them. I'm not saying every person who approaches you is going to be like, don't be paranoid that don't. But somebody in your future, after you're kind of feeling good and going about your business, planning your stuff, feeling like got your tools, you're back on track, you're good, someone is going to come in and you're going to be attracted to that jackass just like you are to every other jackass that struts in with their feathers out. Do not. You know, use your discernment. If they're an actual, genuine, good person, great. But if you're like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That's not the first time you dated that person. I say I had 2 boyfriends. I had 2 long-term boyfriends. I've known people in the past. You know what I mean? I'm not like naive. So it's like, you know that person. I've run into the same person in multiple different bodies. Sure. And then you're like, you learn. That's what's happening too. You're learning. But it's okay, because you're gonna use the new things you learned with this lesson on this one, and you're gonna be fine. Yep, and just like you passed this as the King of Cups, you are gonna do that as the Queen of Cups. Over here, I don't think you have to be on guard. I think that's totally true. I don't think you have to be on guard as much anymore. I think you can just be caring about yourself, and that's all you have to do. Because once you love yourself, you're not gonna let bullshit into you. You're not, because I won't. I have no tolerance. 0. Like, your words mean nothing to me. Yeah, so, awesome, guys. No, I think that's great. Whatever you went through, that's terrible. But this may not even be as recent past. This just may be touching on, this was your last lesson. This is, you know, this is kind of like just telling you a story, getting you ready for what's coming up. But I think you are working on yourself right now, and that's good. It's gonna be, you know, little times that sting because you think about it. But you'll be fine. You'll be good. I don't think this is the worst one that you've been through. I don't get that feeling. I feel like this is like maybe after that, you know, like you're you know, the breakup. The breakup. I think this is maybe a decent breakup after the breakup. But after the breakup, everything's like, whatever, see you later. Alright guys, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe. And I'll see you on the next video. Next up will be, I think I'll do Leo next.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I don't know why she said that. Bye. Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to my channel. This is your reading for today, for today's video. For Sagittarius, I didn't read the pre-shuffle because I felt like it was a little bit too long since I had done it. But yours is a little bit more relevant, so I am gonna touch base on a couple of things. So, it seems like you are being given like the go-ahead from the universe to use your spark of passion to bring forward some new ideas. You know, for a project or something like that you're completing. Once all this starts going, you're probably going to be going new places, meeting new people, all of these things. You know, so that will be something to look forward to. I feel like you have a deep connection with a person. Could be a significant other, could be a close friend, could be whatever. Someone who is like a maternal mother type of figure, or someone who just feels like they have influence over your life or the other person's life. I don't know. They're gonna try to end this. They're gonna try to end your connection somehow, and I don't know why. It feels like it's like insecurity issues, self-esteem underlying. They're like really domineering. So just be aware of any outside influences on your relationships. Basically, it's like plan for your future. You know, tell people about your ideas, what you want, what you are trying to manifest, things like that. Make your connections. But most importantly, they want you to remember that it's your life regardless. You choose who stays and who goes and who is worth fighting for. And the first thing you should do is choose yourself. And the rest will be clear after that. If you choose yourself, whatever the decisions around that other people or you make will say it all. You won't have to do much thinking after that. I think it will be clear. You know, sometimes you have to stand up to people who it's uncomfortable to stand up to. It could be a parent, it could be your mother, it could be your spouse's mother. For whatever reason. Alright, so, again for Sagittarius, I did 2 different oracle decks. But for you, Leo, I think we're gonna check in on your chakras, and then I'm gonna pull from an oracle deck that I know the messages usually are pretty long, so that's why I went this route with you. There's only obviously 7 of these, so it's not a big shuffle. So I usually kind of just roll them around a little bit too. Well, I hope you're having a great weekend. Whoop. All right. Your solar plexus. All right. So we have your solar plexus. So vitality, strong will, purpose, self-esteem. You know, it's kind of the center of it all, isn't it? Right? Your purpose, your being, your passion, so that's what you gotta strengthen up to move forward on this path. It seems like, you know, your like belief in yourself, your purpose. I said purpose already, but you know what I mean. That push to go towards things, or to again believe in yourself. Your solar plexus is pretty strong to work with. Sacral, I mean, they all are, but let me see. Oh, I don't know what I do with them now. I had little chakra cards, and with all the moving around I do with everything, I mean, whatever. What did I do with them? I'm sure I put them I want to put them right here so I don't forget. Oh well, no big deal. Alright, but what I'm going to do is I will, you know what, let's pull one of these oracles to see what to do about it. What's going on? What should we focus on to clear up this solar plexus? See, I wasn't going to do 2 oracle cards for you. Yours was the longest pre-reading too. Or like the most detailed, I suppose. In my mind. And tell me what should Leo do? Or, you know, pay attention to clear up this solar plexus block. Awaken. It's time to awaken to a new day and a new you. You are no longer a caterpillar. You are a butterfly. I guess it's getting comfortable, I think, stepping into your new skin, whatever that means for you. You know, whatever these ambitions and passions are that are part of a new version of you. You know, like this is the butterfly coming out. It's like, you know, last year was the year of the snake. You're shedding your skin. Generational curses. Rise above your past and allow the cycle to end with you. That's funny. You know what? I was thinking the other day that, you know, if you're following like an ancestral story and generational curses and things like that, and things being set into motion, you know, prior to us coming here, and if you go into that theory, it's very interesting how far removed I am from the rest of my family, you know, and I feel like it might have been that way, so I didn't get old ways imposed on me the way other people may have. Even right down to my sister. She has more traditional, I don't know, older generation things kind of ingrained in her more so than I do. So that's like hitting on me for something. So maybe it's the same for you. There are a couple other things I realize I've done differently than anybody else. I'm not going to get into that because that's not what this is about. But maybe I'll do a video on that one day. All right. So it seems like maybe you have a lot on your shoulders and you might be second guessing your ability to carry it, or whatever it is you're carrying. I think you necessarily think you're breaking generational curses. Not necessarily, but you might. If you're my daughter, you might. And she is a Leo, so. With good reason. Okay, so let's see what this other oracle card is. So, yeah, step right into the new version of you that's coming out, that's blooming. Get comfortable in that new skin. You know, every 7 years you regenerate. You're not even the same person genetically as you were. So keep that in mind too. I do. I'm like, damn, I'm really a whole different person than I was 7 years ago. And that is great. Alright. Check. These are lessons in soul purpose. Soul lessons in soul purpose. It's like chicken soup for the soul. I think it must come from that same place because it looks like it. Reflect on your truth. Alright, this is going to be separate from that. This is its own message. What number is this? 54. Alright, it's time to relax. The worst has passed and the things you feared the most have gone. The other shoe has dropped and you're still standing. It's obvious that living out of alignment with your most authentic higher self doesn't work. And that your soul won't allow you to ignore your true spirit. Your soul's purpose right now is to enter a period of purple. Maybe it's purple, maybe a royal. A period of personal reflection and do some deep soul searching. Your spirit is asking you to proclaim what you stand for, so don't waffle and dance around your truth. What do you believe in and serve on a daily basis? What dominates your thoughts, emotions, and imagination? What is your mission and why? Your soul's lesson is you're being asked to stop promoting illusions and begin serving the principles of truth, integrity, courage, and above all, love. Enjoy the peace and tranquility that flow from letting your higher self inspire you to move into more meaningful and selfless endeavors. When you search your soul, you find your light. Nice. All right. That kind of goes with alignment, right? Reflect on your truth. I think that all meshes well. It's pretty. All right, guys. Thank you, spirits, guides, and ancestors. Here we are for Leo. Let's bring some cohesive, useful messages for my Leos. Alright. Leos can be so different from one another. They really can. I mean, everybody can, but a lot of times, like, I swear, most Sagittarius that I've met, which aren't a lot, but even in passing, we're very much alike. In a lot of ways, very different in others, depending, of course, but very much alike in a lot of ways. Virgos, perfection, right? They share a lot of traits. I know two very different Virgos. One, I don't believe is a Virgo. I say it every time. I haven't talked to him in a very long time, so it's fine. He can be a Virgo. Aquarius, I don't know that many to really know, but apparently they're very robotic, stereotypically. And as a couple I do know, well, one yes and one no, but one's a woman and one is a man, so, and age is very different too, so that might be why. Pisces, I don't know that many. They're very, a lot. However, their core personality is just magnified. That's how I feel. Maybe by the water, right? It's reflected. Capricorns. I feel like they're like really, maybe because I was surrounded by them at one time. I feel like they're easier than people try to say. Alright, Spirit, let's get some messages for our Leos, our Lions. The Leo does not look like a girl with a ponytail. I think that every time. If you didn't think that, and now you do, you're welcome. Alright, so we're doing a little past, present, future. Past, present, future. And I use all my elaborate cards for you, Mr. and Mr. Royalties of the tarot. My daughter is a Leo, my oldest, and her name is Aaliyah. And if you didn't know the meaning of Aaliyah, it is highest, most exalted one. So, and she deserves all the accolades, but she is very royal. Very regal, but very sweet. She is the sweetest, sensitive, kind soul. And you can just see it on her. I'm very fortunate with my little babies. They're both very kind people and loving people and thoughtful. And bonus, they're both brilliant and they both have done well in school and they're both good kids and they're both awesome. So, happy, healthy. I'm very fortunate. I have two kids who consistently make teens list in college. That's crazy. Crazy. Alright, here's some present vibes for you guys. Present energy for Leo. You know, I was making fun of these cards. The purple ones at the top. A few videos back, and they're definitely like AI. But I saw a few today I didn't see before. I'm like, they are very pretty. I see why I like them. But some of them are just terrible. But they some are really actually pretty nice. The idea, you know, the layout of them, the idea of them. I'm not saying AI did a good job at painting them. Alright, so everything's falling apart. We'll just put you over here like this. There we go. Alright, we'll start with present. I can't read any of this, so bear with me. It says your optician. Do I have glasses here? I do. Are they clean? No. Alright. Alright, 4 cups. Eight of Wands. The Emperor. And the Moon. And the High Priestess. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, this fits you, Leo. Man or woman, the current moment, I feel like you are trying to move forward. You are trying to look at the big picture, and you are trying to, you know, get into your ultimate Emperor. I'm feeling like, you know, Emperor. Comfortable, experienced, you know, just that overall well-rounded, you know, I've done it pretty much, top of your game. You're trying to get to that comfort level of the Emperor and rule your roost. But I don't think you know how to. But I feel like you feel like time is like flying by and you're like, what am I doing? Yeah, I feel like you don't know. And any offers that come in or anything that you like started to do, it's like you feel bored, you feel stagnant. And anything you can think of, you're like, yeah, no, blah, 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 you know. Meanwhile, again, like I said, life's kind of just going by and you're trying to manifest this life for yourself. So something to note about right now is that there's something that you're not seeing. There's something that the universe is trying to like have little glimmers for you to like notice. You know, hey, check this path out over here. And you're not. You know, and that's part of the Four of Cups too, is you're so focused on not liking anything that you're not noticing something that is around you that is what you're looking for, right? So bottom of the deck, the High Priestess is, yeah, I think you need to, instead of trying to take so much action, I think you need to pay attention a little bit more, like take a step back and kind of assess and like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Open up the laser focus a little bit. That's what this feels like. Again, I don't think it's anything bad. I think you're just kind of like moving forward, but you're just not moving forward in the way or in the timing or, you know, the way you thought you were gonna. It's taken a little longer or it looks a lot different than your initial vision board. But there's a reason for that too. I'm getting for this. Something's like hidden. Maybe you're not seeing it for a reason. Like maybe you're not jumping into, there's no good offers coming in, there's no good ideas, there's no good new road coming in, because they're trying to like kind of hold you off because they know this is coming now and you're only here. So if you go here, you're gonna miss it, right? So try to be a little patient. I hope that made sense. So for your recent past, this guy always comes up every time. 3 of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. The Sun. I think the Sun is your card too. Okay. Even the recent past, you're still waiting. You were waiting. I can see your frustration. You were waiting to see what was coming in. Ten of Pentacles, you're waiting for your ultimate destiny, like your comfort, your generational wealth. Like this is typical for a Leo to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. Yeah, no, like it doesn't make sense for it to be any other way for you, right? Like this is your intuition here. You're like, yeah, this is your idea, your intuition. You're like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna do this. This will be awesome. And it'll be just great. Six of Wands victory, yeah. Why wouldn't you be victorious, right? Okay. So we have the sun and the moon. So perhaps you have this idea of how to gain your path, your life, your success, your career, your family, your whatever it is, right? And by all intents and purposes, this plan is fine. It's good. You're victorious. The sun. It's a good plan. It's the happiest, brightest card in the deck, right? And I think you were working towards that. So this has been a long plan. So leading up to this part in your past, right? So you got to this part, you're looking towards the future. Your family goal, like I said, career goals, the whole everything. This could be the your partner that came in with this love offer too, along with this idea or intuition you were trying to follow for this plan. And something to note about the past was it's good. So maybe you guys are going in, you're like-minded, and you have this plan together, and yeah, and it's not going. You feel a little stagnant. So maybe this person's along with you. Again, nothing bad. It's just timing, I feel like. And with the sun coming out as something to note, I think you're heading in the right direction, and I think the sun was illuminating all of these ideas for you to start moving forward. And now I think things are stagnant, like I said, for you to slow down and pay attention to the details that the moon is trying to illuminate, those little details for you. Because the sun will wash everything out, right? Everything looks the same. You're like, yep, that's it. And then the sun starts to set and all the little lights start to come out, right? So I think that's what this is. Time to slow down. You're already headed towards your victory. Take time and curate it the way you want it. So what's the future? Awesome. Ooh, you're gonna change a destiny in your future here, which is good. That means something came through, right? Either way. But this is celebration here. This is celebration, and this is you like getting to a checkpoint of accomplishments. You know, you're stable, you're steady, you're on your way, you're going, right? And I think this has given you that confidence to move forward with intent and purpose. And use that intellect. And these two, something to note is the King of Wands here too. So I don't know if this is, also the counterpart. whether you're a man or woman, take it as it is, because they're kind of looking towards each other, and it's friendly. I feel like it's friendly, or it could be, because you're able to get here, and now you feel like you can move forward. Intellectually, your mind is settled. You know you can move forward. Maybe you've risen as a fire sign to your King of Wands, because King of Wands is Leo energy. I believe. Or it's Sagittarius. I don't know. Either way. And possibly this all happened because now it's time to take action. Because this is now life changing. So it's time to take action. Whatever came through is going to be celebrated, and you're stable. So it's time to move forward with discernment, but you have to take action. You're ready, though. Or you guys could be having that discussion like, okay, we're at this point now. This is where we decide what's going on. Because if you do have somebody trying to come in the way, you're going to have to be like, all right, I'm ready to start like the rest of my life now. Are we going to do this? Or are you going to like go home and be with your mother? So I think that's a conversation that's going to be had too. Like, I was fine before you. Okay, Spirit, tell me, let's clarify some of this past energy here. Tell me about a little more about Leo's past. A lot of planning and waiting and manifesting, it looks like. You could have had a windfall come in. But I don't get that. I feel like it's more of you planning, waiting for this to come in. Yeah, that could be this person. You know what, maybe this is talking about this person coming in, because I feel like you were kind of waiting for that whole family thing. Because I'm taking this as like family, generational, like you want to start setting your roots down. And then it did. And then the good news is there's no heartache, right? You're not waiting for it anymore. That's how I take those. Oh, I got chills. Yeah. Yeah. You were kind of planning for your future, and this person came in and made that Ten of Cups look like more of a reality, I think. Yeah, and it's like good news, telling everybody. You know, you have a good feeling about it. And I think you were right, given the sun being there. Yep. Oh, look. So I think that is representing your counterpart, which would make sense. I don't know if they are a fire sign also. It could be. That would make sense if you get along so well. Let's a little bit more about these past. The past is a victory. So whatever this connection is that came in, as part of the foundation of the future, it looks like it's, for all intents and purposes, good. I think you were a little guarded at first until it kind of settled down and you were like, okay. And then you were accepting of the victory. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more about the sun. Yeah, I think you, like, definitely read the contract before deciding that this was as sunny and bright as it appeared to be. Yep, you were checking. Oh. You were, assessing. And they passed. And now, yeah. And it looks like you guys are building. You're starting on that path with a solid foundation. That's great. I think this is you having a conversation about the devils. We're bringing it out into the light. That's what I think it is. What are your hang-ups? What are your triggers? What are your traumas? What are your, if we're going to do this, I'm not finding out in 6 months after I've already invested my time. I feel like you're a little wise as far as that's concerned. Your time is precious to you. And you're guarding it. And you're not anybody's caretaker. I feel that too. Devil can also be Capricorn energy, so keep that in mind as well. Alright, what about present? Yep. You're feeling lack. No one's helping you. It's not coming quick enough. You don't like any of the offers. You don't even want to go in that church. Like, are we there yet? And you're like, no, this isn't the right one. Yeah, again, you feel like everything's just moving so fast. And I think you're afraid you're going to miss the opportunity to really, like, set the foundation and gain and have the stability you want. Like I said, I feel like a time going by is a big issue for you. You're like, do I need to start over? Do I need to find a new path? And I think Spirit's like, hold on, don't do anything rash. Right? This came out upside down, the King of Swords. Yeah, I think you're frustrated, and I think you can't figure it out, how to get to this. Yeah, you're frustrated. Keep working on it. Keep manifesting. The universe is working on it. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, it's just going to take some time. I need one more about the moon. See how he's doing that, and you see all the little details in it. He's going to notice something in there because the moon will shine on it in a different way than the sun would have. You got to just pay attention to the details as you're going along with your normal, everyday, everything. Four of Swords. Four of Swords, yeah. Meditate. You might find an answer that way. Rest. Don't do more. You need to rest and let it simmer. Yep. You're holding too tight. I always use the You know what? I think what Spirit is saying is, instead of worrying so much about, okay, we're together, what are we going to do? How are we going to make this blah, 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 this home, this family, this blah. Just enjoy each other for a little bit. Get to know each other. I mean, you could have been together for even a couple of years at this point. You don't know anybody. Still take it in. Still learn. Still see what you have to see. Still notice what the moon is showing you. Still enjoy each other before you force life's burdens on each other. I think that's what it is too. Before you take on the responsibilities of a unit, have fun as a pairing, you know? I don't know how else to say that, but I think that's what it is. And I think once you guys, because you guys get a vibe, you guys have to get on the same level for everything. And I think once you kind of work all that out, then it'll be apparent, and you're gonna move forward, and you guys are gonna have this discussion of, okay, what are we gonna do? And now this is the life-changing event. Yeah, you gotta get that stability of you two, and then all of a sudden someone's gonna come in and you'll be like, oh my god, yeah, that's it. And yeah, and then you'll probably have your home and be starting your family and having these discussions, and your life's gonna change. This is your little limbo moment. You have to sow before you reap, right? And you're sowing, I think, right now. Again, nothing, this is all good. This is just very much guidance. And kind of pointing things out maybe that you haven't noticed and you're frustrated about. It's just like, I know you're frustrated and I know you think you need to hurry up. Time is running out, but it's not. It's not. In the grand scheme of things, you have plenty of time. Think of the other times you wanted to rush into something and that you couldn't, and that it was way better once you got to the end that you couldn't, right? You're like, oh, I'm glad that didn't happen. Talk about divine intervention, right? Yeah. Alright, tell me about this little future possibilities. And again, future can change depending on how you deal with right now, or, you know, outside forces and everything. It looks like you were, you know, deciding between a couple of things. You had a lot on your plate too. Maybe you're sharing some of that burden. Yeah, you're walking away from things that don't feel good. And I think you were figuring that out. And once you do, you're able to move on to what it is filling your cup. Once you figure out you're just trying to carry too much and you're like, alright, let me just chill out. I think things will start moving, yeah. Your self-fulfillment will come in. You know, and I think that's because if you guys do this the right way, like, you're not taking care of somebody, again, man or woman, you're not losing yourself into this relationship. You're still, you're self-fulfilled first and foremost, regardless of anything. Like the pre-shuffle, choose yourself first and the rest will fall into place. And it looks like that's what you're doing. Yeah, if this is you guys having that, yep, alright, and that's his response, his being king, but man or woman. You have your self-fulfillment, again, man or woman, and if you guys are having this conversation about really, alright, we're gonna do this, I think this is you saying, like, this is what I need, this is what I don't want, blah, 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 and this is them saying, yeah, I can give you that. But you have to take it, too. Don't be a douchebag if they're trying, you know. Like, no, that's not good enough. Yep, new beginning, and you get the King of Cups. Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. So I think, bottom line is, this person that came into your life within your recent past, I don't know how recent it is, but this is what's setting you on the trajectory of the energy that's coming through. You guys have started your life, your relationship, slow and steady, which is awesome. Yep. Victorious, all good vibes. You guys have kind of worked out your kinks. So right now, maybe you've been together a little bit, so now back on your mind is you're stressing about probably your career and your status in life, and like, why can't I get to this place I should be at already? I think you feel time is passing by, and you're worried you're gonna miss opportunities and not end up like comfortable, stable. And that you're gonna have to start all over on like some new path, new trajectory, new job, new career, new whatever, you know. And you can't figure it out. You're frustrated. You're mentally blocked at this point. So Spirit wants you to know that it's just, you gotta spend some time with your person, interlink, get your frequencies together, meditate, work on things, but in a calm way, and take notice. Use your inner high priestess and observe rather than act right now. And you'll start to see things appear and be obvious to you, like answers and solutions that you couldn't think of because you were thinking too hard about it, right? So, you know, going forward, once you're able to kind of do that and get out of your head and let go and let the universe take hold and kind of just enjoy your person while you're getting through this together, you know, I think you're going to realize you had a lot on your plate, maybe unnecessarily, and you're like, you know what, no, I'm going to not do this, and I'm going to maybe trust your person a little bit more, and walk away from that like micromanaging way of thinking that doesn't serve you. You know, let them have a little bit of the responsibility, and that doesn't take away from your self-worth. Yeah, it's great. It looks like you guys are sitting down having conversations like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. You guys are willing to work together, and this is the beginning of a I think a loving start to a relationship anyways. You know, you're kind of leaving your troubles behind together. Like, you're taking, the ones you're taking with you are the ones that you can tackle together. Oh, I got the chill on that. Yeah. So that's awesome. I think for all intents and purposes, it looks like whoever this person you nailed, you scored, is good. Be careful of the person who might be trying to break you guys up. This could be, you know, if you're a woman and this is a man, or you're a man and this is a woman, you could be your spouse's first, like, real significant other. This could be like the first real threat to the parent that they love somebody else. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. So that could be it too. Whatever, that's not your business. Either way, if they want to choose their parents over you, then let them. See you later, bye. And Knight of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, you have life-changing events coming, and they are moving forward full force with action, ready to go, Mountain Dew. Alright, Leo, whoa. You got a lot of stuff going on, but it's all good. You're moving forward. Moving forward. Alright, guys, well, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I gotta get ready to do Aries. Alright, have a great day, night, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, Aries. Welcome to my channel. So for your reading, I'll touch base on the pre-reading because I think it's still relevant, even though it's been a little bit. You know, it seems like you're moving on from something. You know, you're hesitant for some reason. You know, it's either, I feel like you're not sure if you can handle it. Whatever this may be. But I feel like you're like rubbing two coins together all the time, trying to make things work. So I think it's something to do with that. You're just afraid because you feel like it's going to be a lot of effort and work, and you just hope it's going to be worth it. But it seems like it will pay off. It will be work, but it will pay off. This might be something you used to do when you were a kid for some reason. Be prepared also when things start. Be sure to be open to things, you know, that you least expect to happen. And you could be meeting someone that end up being like a lifelong friend, or maybe your significant other, partner, whatever, I don't know. But just another person that is going to be very, I think, important in your life from here on out, in whatever regard. You know, and I think you're getting the go-ahead, so yeah, go ahead. Start planning for your best future that you have ever had in mind, you know, and that you deserve it. It seems like you had a tumultuous past, leading up to this, or bits and pieces of it were, whatever that looks like for you, and, yeah. I think it seems to be your time. So for the opening, like, oracle cards and things like that have been a little different for each of you. For you, we're going to pull some letters, and I have one oracle card here. Alright, so, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for being here with us, for these readings. It's been, Sagittarius and Leo were great. I'm sure Aries will be no less. I have to light this. May we have clear messages for Aries for whatever answers they may be looking for. It seems to find some peace in their life. But we'll see what they have to say today. Thank you. All right. So, let's get some letters. I always get 7 like I'm actually playing Scrabble. I figured that's a good amount, right? You can make a lot of words with those. Let's see. MINHPJO. All right. Let's see. This is New Hampshire with hip. You have jip. Hop. My mind is clearly on 3-letter words today. John. Or John. Nip or pin. Join. Him. Up. Fo. Fom, that could be the last name. And Fom, that could be in someone's first and last. G. Could be Jin. So it would probably be Fom Jin. That could be someone's name. All right. Okay. So, for your oracles, let's see. I like these because they're right on the cards too, and they're easy. I don't mind looking them up, but these are good ones. Thank you, Spirit. What do our Aries need to know? I gave you guys kind of feisty cards. Little rams. I don't know if I know an Aries. One's Aries. March 20th to April 18th. See how this goes with Aries. So what I've been doing, guys, is just a past, present, future for everybody. We'll check in, see how everything's going. All right. Do I know all my strengths, and am I using them? We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Today's action. Ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? How can you use your gifts? Well, this sounds like it's part of that moving on. Yeah, it's something that you want to do, but it's going to take work. All right. That's not going to fit there. This isn't going to fit here either. I'll put it up here in case anybody wants to still see the letters. Or maybe I won't. There we go. Alright, let's get an overall vibe. I feel like the other two readings went really well. I felt the vibe was really good. Don't ask me what they were about. But they kind of flowed very well. So I'm hoping yours will be the same. Then I was having an idea about my next general reading. And I think what I want to do is do a follow-up video. Like talking about it, you know? Because what good is me telling you what you kind of already know, right? If we don't talk about it and try to figure it out, that's a part of what I think my job here is. Not just drop me like, alright, bye. Okay, Spirit, let's just get like an overall vibe of today for Aries. How's it looking today? Let's do a little catch up from the pre-shuffle. Put them together. Is that you, Aries? Are you the king? It might be Sagittarius. Regardless, you fitting if you're in your King of Wands stance over here, getting ready to take action. Looks like you do have a passion that you're setting your eyes on. See this? That's like that. That's how I always take this card. Like he is ready to rule with action. That's like that's just not taking action, that's like taking control of this gift of whatever this passion is. Very Aries of you, very Aries of you. I think, one of the new things might be a new love offer. And I think it just happens to be coming in. Like, you're like, alright, I'm gonna do this. And they're like, hey. And you're like, fuck. Yeah, I think it's just a conflict of interest. But I think you're trying to figure out if you can do both. That's what I'm getting at. Like, can I be this, like, aware of my feelings, you know, and also, you know, push forward and take action towards my goals? Maybe. You know, if you are starting like a project with somebody else too, like if this is like career oriented, like whatever your passion is, or like a project or something like that, if anybody else is involved, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go on a date tonight, they're probably like, what? So this might not just be inner turmoil, it might be you know, people who think you're gonna be distracted if you start like dating somebody. Yeah. And you're like, no, I can do this. I can do it. Or you're trying to figure it out, I guess. Yeah. Four Wands. Yeah. How do I get to this checkpoint? How do I get all these eggs in the basket and bring it home here? All right. Yeah, that's the goal of stability. They'll like get into that point we can be like, yeah, alright, we're good. Now what's the plan? What's the next plan? How do we maintain this, right? You want to get to that level and then figure out the plan of maintenance. Alright, let's see. I'll lay the cards out first. And then we'll, I'll look into everything. It's all pre-shuffled. Actually, I just pre-shuffled this one. High Priestess, that's a good sign. Temperance, wow. Were those for you and for me? Like, you got this reading. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I appreciate your all words of encouragement. So that's the past vibe. Here's the, we're going to lay out present now. What are you currently into? We're going to be coming up on your birthday season soon. And a little peek into the future. I think I'll edit these and I'm going to try to do another one today. I have another one in my book to do. I'm going to shuffle these again. I didn't want to say it. Sorry, Spirit. Oh, out of the way. There we go. All right. I don't like it anything like that. Okay. Let's check out what's going on right now. Okay. Well, here's that Ace of Wands again. So that's confirmation to me. And the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I think the initial thing you're going after was it is like, again, financially motivated in some sort. Your end game is going to be money to be comfortable enough, you know, give and take, generous. Enough to be generous with. Again, where you were having hesitation because you're unsure whether you want to take the leap and go forward with this, I think you're, again, wondering what you don't know. Things may be coming to light, but you're taking your time and you're trying to like read all the contracts, figure out all of the information. And you're kind of like definitely in your head about it. Yeah, like you have the passion and you have the knowledge to go with it. I don't think there's any reason for you not to go forward with this. It doesn't look like it anyways, because it does seem like, you know, once you kind of relax a little bit and get a plan together, you'll be okay. Alright. What's leading up to this? Maybe this is what you were moving on from, because it did come up that you were moving on from something. Yeah. Yep. I think you came into money in a weird way. I think you came into money because of something, because of a tower. Like either someone passed away and left you money, or yeah, I think someone that might have passed away and left you money. I'm getting a couple things. So either you obtain the money in a way, like again, an inheritance, somebody who passed away, you got a big chunk of money. You know, and you're having anxiety over it because you have to decide I guess how to use it or how to split it up. But you have to make decisions surrounding this, and before you like move forward, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Possibly you're feeling guilty because you're thinking about using this money to start this project, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alternatively, you may have came into this money quickly, but it could have been like something you worked at, but like a team you worked at with, you know. But now like it caused an issue. You having the money caused an issue. The money caused the tower rather than the tower giving you the money. Either way, you got this money and you're thinking about using it for this project, but you feel weird about it for whatever reason. It could have been a divorce, right? It could have been in a divorce too. Someone passed away, or there's a divorce, or I think it's less likely that you just stumbled upon this money, you know. But it could have been like a YouTube channel taken off all of a sudden or something like that, and people are like spiteful about it. Let's see for the future. Queen of Clubs. Queen of Wands, I think, yeah. I'm not that familiar with this deck. King of Wands again. That is you. So now you have the Ace of Pentacles as well. So now your passion and your knowledge, ideas have turned into something tangible coming in. And the world is in this card too, so it's like a completion. Oh, King of Spades. King of Spades is King of Wands in this deck. Sorry. King of Swords, I mean, yeah, King of Swords. Still good energy. To, you know, I think this is what to take note of in the future, and that's definitely going forward with discernment. Queen of Clubs is Queen of Wands. Yeah. So, taking action, moving forward. Queen of Wands. Fiery energy, you're in your element. You're gonna have an offer coming in that's gonna be your next chapter. You know, it's gonna change your world. It's gonna be your cycle. It's gonna close the cycle and start your new one. Three of Pentacles, you're gonna be learning. You're gonna be putting in that work. The teamwork. Just move forward with truth and integrity. And remember that you have the skills. For whatever reason, you're having a little self-doubt that you'll be able to handle it, but you will. Four of Cups. It's saying don't miss this offer. Don't be so stuck in your head trying to work out the details that you miss this offer coming in. Yeah, remember, it's even in the pre-shuffle said be open to meeting new people and be open to new opportunities, so you don't miss them. Be sharp. Sorry. Alright, let's clarify these. Thank you, Spirit. Can we clarify the past for Aries, please? Get a little insight on what they're walking away from. What happened? What was this Tower? Maybe you have to walk away from somebody to pursue this, you know? Maybe they're not supporting you. Tell me about the past. Please tell me a little bit more about the past. Please flip the cards over, so I'm sure. Thank you. Chariot again. I think someone passed away. Maybe not, maybe not. It might be divorce. Yeah. Yeah. I think, you know, you decided it was time to, just to take care of yourself, you know, and I feel like it took a long time for this to go through, you know, definitely kept you up at night, anxiety. You're trying to like stay stable and taking care of yourself and taking care of your home. Maybe you have some kids. You're taking care of man or woman, who knows which way, especially nowadays. And then the Lovers, I feel like you're making, you know, that's solidifying the decision to go forward. You're alchemizing everything, but you're like taking a minute and you're trying to play nice, I think. And, you know, finally you get to the ending. And you get whatever you guys all agreed upon. And it is new, a new day, a new ideas, and a fresh start. Yep. Yep. And it's a celebration, bitches. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this was pretty quick. I think it was, however the relationship was, it was like, alright, I'm done with this. This is not working out how I wanted it to. I need to think about myself. It's not easy. You thought about it a lot. And you finally made the decision and you pulled the trigger. And you put an end to that and you're starting your new life. Which is good. Now, right now, you know, in the planning, in the passion, in the whatever that, however that came about, the moon, it could be your intuition. Maybe you're listening to where your heart is guiding you. Like I said, it could be something you used to do when you were little. Whatever that might be. Maybe it was swimming or skating or dancing or singing or, you know, whatever. You know, I keep going back and forth in my head. It could be someone passed away too. However it resonates for you, because it definitely could read either way. I feel like the majority it would be a divorce or a separation, and they'll go with stressful nonetheless. Or this is kind of like the finding out someone's passing away and going through that process, and then they do. Yeah. Yeah, you could have gotten news, you know, and you're like, oh my god, the calm before the storm, before your life is going to change and you know it. So you're holding on, right? Because I think you already been through something else. Like I said, it said tumultuous, so it seems like you've had multiple things, peaks and valleys, right? So if it's someone that passed away, you're now left with all these decisions, or finding out that they are going to, like, it's inevitable. Like they're like, the doctor told them it was like 3 months, right? So now you are kept up all night because you have to make all these decisions. And you're like waiting for things to happen, and you're like taking care of everything, yeah? And then it does. So either you've been divorced or someone passed away, and that's how you started this new beginning, because you did get some money from either way. I'm not saying a shit ton of money, but enough that you can start something with it. You can put a little down payment on something. It could be a lot, but it doesn't have to be. What's this current energy? Page of Cups and the Moon. So this is definitely your intuition. You have like something new. Yeah. Maybe you had like a little intuition, and you can kind of like think about it. That's where you're working out the details. Like you thought of this thing, and you're like, okay, and you're kind of like feeling your way through the thought process of it. But there's a difference between the moon illuminating things in a gentle way and you being stuck in your head like a jail, right? A little bit more about the kind of energy, please. These little ones are funny. I got these little ones because I couldn't hold big ones when I first started. It's funny. Oh my god, look at it. So you're stuck in your head because, again, you're wondering if this is going to be worth it, because just because it's a good idea and it's your passion doesn't mean it's going to be received by everybody that way. I feel like that's what you're kind of thinking, and you feel like it's a risk. Wow, look at that. So 6 of Coins, 8 of Swords, significant. So worrying about the give and take, worrying about having enough, and being able to take care of, you know, whomever it is you have to take care of. Yeah. Yeah, instead of being stuck in your head, try to look at things in a different way, if you can. Like, this is like, almost like this is like free money. Like, this is a free shot. And you can always kind of, I feel like you can go back to whatever it was you were doing. The World. Yep. Again. So I think this is confirming that you are on, this is what should be your next cycle. I get this is what you've always wanted in the whole wide world. That's kind of like I heard it. Like, I want this the most in the whole wide world. Maybe you're trying to carry on the family business. If someone passed away, and now maybe that was something that you've been given the responsibility of. And you're trying to work out all the details and figure out if you even should, if it's worth it. Yeah. Could be. What is a little peek into the future? Future can always change depending on your actions now. So just keep that in mind. This is saying if you go on the trajectory you're on, how is that going to look? Yeah, you know, the High Priestess coming over the Queen of Wands, you might be a little intuitive yourself. And you might know it. So use that. Use your intuition. Use your Queen of Wands. Know how to navigate this in an intellectual way. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Ace of Pentacles on the Ace of Pentacles. Confirmation. Yeah, the world is yours. You're going towards your goals. Yep. From pre-reading till now, it all has been cohesive. Wow. Yep. So, over, like I said, I think you're moving forward in your power, in your element, using your discernment, taking in the knowledge, being observant, listening to your intuition. You're getting this coming in, for sure. And yes, it's going to take work. Yes, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take work, and it's going to take using your intuition to navigate whatever's going to come up, because you're going to have things to deal with that are going to come up, right? And you're going to have to know what's what. You do have people who are working with you, and you're learning, and that's okay. And you're not supposed to know everything. It's new. Like, you're learning something new for sure. Like, even though it's something that you're passionate about, I think you have a lot to learn about maybe running the business itself. Maybe you know how to do the thing, but you need to learn how to run the business. Yeah. It's okay. Something to know, yeah. I think it's like in the King of Swords, how you're very in your head trying to make the right decisions, and it's like driving you crazy, because I feel like I think you're more of like a passionate, creative type. So I think this is part of like learning other things that go along with whatever it is you're doing. Again, like learning the business part. Ace of Wands again. Just remember why you're doing this. It's for your passion. And if it wasn't for your passion, maybe you wouldn't be. I think you've got this. It's just figuring out who to go to when you need to figure out something you don't know, too. But you have people supporting you. And they're even like admiring you for taking this on. Four of Pentacles, matter of fact, it's in the reverse. With the Four of Hearts. Yeah, I think that's kind of coinciding along with this. Don't miss out on this obvious offer, this confirmed double whammy offer, because you might lose a shot at a real foundation. Don't be so worried about losing what you have that you don't take the offer either. Don't paralyze yourself. Don't paralyze yourself with indecision. Yep, you can do this. You know what's right. You've done all of this, and whatever was even before that, because I feel like there's another story before this. Before this, goodbye, whether it's a divorce or a death or whatever, and taking on this. It seems like it's running a business, whether it's yours or whether it's taking over a family business. But it's something that's a good idea. You're gonna be good at it. You're getting opportunities out the wazoo to move you along. You have the gift of passion. You have the gift of knowledge and truth and know-how, and you have offers of tangible. Ace of Pentacles. You have the offers coming in from the universe saying, "Yeah, this is it. This is your shot. This is your whole wide world." So, do it. Don't be afraid. You got this. Alright guys, well, I hope you all have a great day, and like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.